today it's Michelle Laverick who's uploaded a song from her debut album, which you will hear in just a moment, but Michelle's on the show right now. Great to have you on, Michelle. Talk to me about your music and how long you've been making it and how you sort of decided that this was for you. What's your musical journey?
I first started playing guitar when I was about 16, and it was one of those things that I always sort of did at home. And then when I arrived in Derbyshire about 10 years ago, I found out that there was a great sort of session scene in the local pubs, especially in the sort of rural areas. So I started going to those and just doing covers and things like that. And then just last year, I started to get a flurry of songs come through, and it's just taken off from there, really. Don't know really where these songs are coming from, or whether the last song will be the last, but I'm kind of on a roller coaster, and while it's still going, I'm still on the tracks.
Well, that's great. So they just sort of arrive then, do they?
Yeah, I used to joke with people I'd do a song once a decade or once every 5 years. So I always promised I'd have my debut album ready for when I was about 83.
Yep, good plan.
And then, not a great time to start your musical career, but yeah, just last year, in about February, I wrote 2 or 3 songs, almost within about 2 or 3 weeks. And my brother dared me to do an EP, and while we were recording the EP, songs just kept on coming, and my friend Dave Redfern, who helped record the albums, I sort of said, we've got an album here, haven't we? We've got enough material for it to be an album. So it kind of happened a little bit by accident, I guess.
And how would you describe the style of music, what it sounds like?
That's a really difficult one. I guess it's mainly acoustic guitar. I guess I'm in the kind of singer-songwriter mold. I'm really influenced by not just the stuff I was growing up when I was much younger, but the kind of new crop of new folk musicians like Laura Marlin and Lucy Farrell and people like that. Although I wouldn't claim to have their talents and ability, they do inspire because they're so great at what they put together just with a guitar voice and lyrics.
I'm going to play one of the songs then now from this debut album. It's called This Time the Darkness Wins. Just tell me a little about it before I hit play.
It was inspired by a little trip that my friend and I, Sharon, made to Scotland just last year. We went down to a lighthouse near the peninsula on Dumfries and Galloway. And as we were walking up, we sat on a park bench. And as we were leaving, I looked over my shoulder, and instead of a little plaque to somebody who'd passed away, and this was their favourite place, the lines on the plaque said, "If love could have saved you, you would have lived to live forever." So I scribbled it down in a notepad and vowed I would put that into a song one day. And pretty soon, about 2 weeks later, I wrote the song.
What a great inspiration for a piece of music and an idea and a song. I'm going to play it now. Michelle, stay there because we'll chat afterwards as well. But here it is, Michelle Laverick, and this is This Time the Darkness Wins.
I can get over how strange I am, Little Miss Queen Canoe. I'm watching these tides recede, got no sentences left to commute. There's someone out there for everyone, but not for me, not for me. All I know is I can't live here anymore. Got to pack my bags and just leave. 'Cause this time the darkness wins. This time the darkness wins. This time the darkness wins. I'll let you know when it is safe to let the light were just a bird in a cage that would not sing. And you're leaving spaces between my words, 'cause they need time to sink in. All the answers you are looking for ain't found in this book. Plow your own furrow and cast your own hooks. 'Cause this time the darkness wins. This time the darkness wins. This time the darkness wins. Will you let me know when to let the light back in? And if all that we have is each other, well, what if that isn't enough? 'Cause I know how it will turn out, so please don't take any more photographs. In dribs and drabs, we were so wham drowned. We're sitting here waiting, claiming to do the best that we can. 'Cause this time the darkness ends. This time the darkness ends. This time the darkness ends. It must be time to let the light back in. If love could have saved you, if love could have saved you, if love could have saved you, you would have lived forever. If love could have saved you, if love could have saved you, if love could have saved you, you would have lived forever.
It's called This Time the Darkness Wins from Michelle Laverick. That was so moving and so beautifully written. Thank you so much. How have people been reacting to that song, Michelle?
It's kind of strange, actually. When I recorded it in the studio, I came back about 3 months later and I had a listen to it, and it gave me goosebumps, which is a bit weird and probably sounds a bit vain, but it was almost as if it was somebody else singing that song, and I was just listening it to it like anybody else. So for me, it's one of the strongest songs on the album, but I think that's mainly because so many people online on Facebook and Twitter have said, "Oh, I really like that song." So I think, well, it must be good if other people say so.
It's definitely good. And that whole idea then of, hearing it after a little while and then getting goosebumps yourself ties in with the way you feel that songs just arrive at, in your brain fully formed, and there they are. It's almost like it's been put there by someone else.
Yeah, there is that element. They call it the muse, I guess. I mean, the way some songs come is I will be playing the music for days, weeks, months even, and da-da and la-la-ing through that like a lot of musicians do. And then I'll get to the point where I might look at things that I've put into the phone and things like that. And when on that day I scrolled through the phone and then I saw that quote from the park bench, and that was the jumping off point, if you like, for it. The other bit of inspiration came from a song by a guy called Sam Richardson. He has a song called The Darkness Got the Best of Us, and it's about two young men who grow up in the same town, and one goes away and one stays, and it's all about their relationship. But when I heard that song live, for some reason, the phrase "this time the darkness wins" came into my head, and I scribbled it down at the gig while he was playing. So those sort of two things got tied together. But yeah, the rest sort of flutters in from various frequencies, shall we say.
It's great. It's really good. Michelle, thank you so much for sharing it with me and with BBC Radio Derby. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for uploading.
Thank you for putting me on the show. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. And if you want to do what Michelle's done, and you got some stuff that you think is creative and could be on BBC Radio Derby, why not upload it right now? Go on.